I'm in Watsonville, California, just off of Highway 1. Have you ever noticed this house on your travels through the area? Well, there's a fascinating story behind it. The story of the Redman Hirahara house in Watsonville begins in 1897 when it was built by local architect William H. Weeks. His portfolio of projects includes the Samuel M. Black House in Salinas, the Porter Building in Woodland, California, the Nevada City Carnegie Library in Nevada City, California, and the Inyo County Courthouse in Independence, California. He also designed the new Casino Arcade at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk after the original facility was destroyed by fire in 1906. Interestingly enough, this house is the only surviving rural farmhouse designed by Weeks. The house was built for James Redman, a sugar beets farmer. Redman lived in this home and tended to his farmland until his death in 1921. 16 years later, in 1937, the home was sold for $69,575 to a new owner. Jim Katsumi Tao, a relative of the Hirahara family. He only owned the home for a few years before selling it to Fumio Hirahara in 1940 for only $10 when he was just only 16 years old. Tao and the Hiraharas were among the first Japanese-American families to own farmland in the country. The Hirahara family started to make additions, such as adding extra living space in the barn on the property. However, during World War II, due to the Executive Order 1966, signed by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1942, the family was sent to the Rower Relocation Center in Arkansas. While the family was held at the internment camp, local citizens continued to maintain the house and farm. On June 4th, 1945, the Hirahara family returned from Arkansas and continued to reoccupy the property, something that many Japanese-American families were not fortunate to do. As a result, the Hiraharas made enough additions to the carriage barn on the farm to provide additional housing for Japanese Americans who were left without a home when they returned. The house remained in the family's ownership until the 1980s. At one point, the home had been converted to offer 4 separate apartments. When the Hirahara family left in 1989 following the Loma Prieta earthquake, the house was left empty. It sat abandoned until 2005, when the Redman Hirahara Foundation stepped in with the hopes to restore it. Unfortunately, the restoration of the house was never completed, and the group filed for bankruptcy in 2009. Today, the land is owned by Elite Agriculture, an almond company based in Watsonville, which purchased the land in 2015. Meanwhile, the house is still resting on blocks with a future that is uncertain. And that was the story of the Redman Hirahara house. See you later, and may your gifts bless the world.